The Buckeyes out to prove they're legit contenders.
An opportunity for a huge statement win.
Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. Number 20, Penn State at number 5, Ohio State. Saturday at 7:30 Eastern on ABC and streaming live on the ESPN app. Welcome home.
This is Greene.
I love that coach. That team plays so much harder than the Jets. And if they played the Jets right now on a neutral field, I would favor Detroit by a touchdown. I don't give a damn about the Lions one way or the other. I get so much more joy watching them play and compete than I do watching the Jets. It's not even close. So that guy is an excellent coach.
Greene with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. And watch exclusively on ESPN+. This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi with breaking NHL news. Blackhawks president Stan Bowman, the architect of the franchise's 3 Stanley Cup championships in 2010, 2013, and 2015, has resigned after an investigation into allegations a former player was sexually assaulted by an assistant coach in 2010. The NHL has fined the organization $2 million for mishandling the sexual assault allegations. Thursday night's matchup between the Cardinals and Packers could be missing a major star. Green Bay receiver Davante Adams on the COVID-19 list. His absence would be huge for the Packers and quarterback Aaron Rodgers, according to ESPN's Dan Graziano.
Works off of the fact that they have Davante Adams, and he's as reliable as he is, and defenses devote as much attention as they do to him. Just within the confines of this season and his importance to this team, probably as important as anybody in the league outside of Derrick Henry when you get to non-quarterbacks.
Dan Graziano on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Braves and Astros meet in Game 1 of the World Series tonight. Coverage at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Introducing ATG by Wrangler. We are all greater outdoors, and this apparel doesn't compromise, conform, or call it quits. So, when you're heading into the wild, wearing ATG should be second nature. Shop Wrangler.com today.
I didn't know if through the
chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword $dollar to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's $dollar to 200-200.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, 2 men, 1 journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit.
Let's go!
Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, The Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings. And Wicked Weed Brewing. Drink different.
Welcome into the Sportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer, Jeremy Green's alongside. We are live on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. And, of course, on the YouTube stream. Yes, you can not only hear our wonderful voices on ESPN Asheville and the iHeartRadio app everywhere you go, but now available on your computer or device screen.
Now, I mean, that's what people really want to see. Our faces.
Of course they do. Of course they do. Plus, they want to see all of your great work that you do with all of the graphics and such. It's very interactive, and that's what the Sportsocracy is all about. The Democratic Republic of Sports. Weigh in on the YouTube stream. Hit us up on social media at the Sportsocracy, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. And plus, we've got our own plans for the show as well.
Hold on.
What?
On the YouTube stream, I have breaking news.
Breaking news? Did I get to hit the button?
Who's gonna break the news?
Ha!
Who's gonna break the news?
Yeah!
Who's gonna break the news?
Hit me!
Who's gonna break the news?
First of all, that is the worst dance ever, and I'm glad people other than me were privy to it for the first time ever. Just important in our YouTube stream, the McRib is back! It is back, and it's early!
They brought it back early?
Apparently, you get them in Weaverville, which means you have me for exactly 1 hour and 56 minutes.
No! Wow.
It's back. It's back.
Mm-hmm.
Great day.
Too bad for the so now we get to kill the counter. We don't have to have the counter anymore.
Until
it's widely available everywhere.
I don't know.
It was supposed.
Information is fluid. I don't know exactly where things are at right now. But
are we going to get the people at the McDonald's in Weaverville in trouble by telling everybody that they're early on the schedule? Was it supposed to be until November the 1st?
I don't know. And you know what? I don't care. Because you know what I'm currently saying? I am saying McDonald's in Weaverville, I will see you soon.
Nice.
Today. Happening.
All right, the McRib is back in the mountains of western North Carolina. And, of course, so is the Sportsocracy. We are, of course, brought to you the first hour always by Ingles. Low prices, love the savings here in the Ingles studio. And have you recovered? Have you recovered from your nap from last night during Monday Night Football?
Fest? Oh, you mean the snooze fest that was the second torrential downpour game we've had in 2 nights?
It was absolutely disgusting. There was nothing really exciting about what happened last night as New Orleans beat the Seattle Seahawks. Those of you who didn't tune in to the morning show, so New Orleans won, but they didn't beat the spread.
Which means that Jeremy was again,
winning. Oh my gosh. So Jeremy won for the 3rd week in a row in the Beat the Chief segment. You can hear it every Friday right here in the Sportsocracy. Brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of eXp Realty. Clarissa sells WBNC.com. 3rd win in a row in Beat the Chief for Jeremy. Woo, everybody's happy. This is just your day. You win Beat the Chief. The McRib is back. And you got to plan out the show. So
you know what? Some days are just better than others. Today's one of those days.
By the way, big shout out to Jim Schaus, the commissioner of the Southern Conference, Jeff Cabe, who puts everything together for him, and Fran Fraschilla, who showed up today to be the keynote speaker at Basketball Media Days. Yeah, that's right. College basketball season is right around the corner, of course. Asheville, North Carolina, and the Harris Cherokee Center. Asheville, home to the SoCon men's and women's basketball tournaments coming up in March. So we had fun hanging out there with all the SoCon coaches and getting to hear Fran Fraschilla talk about mid-major college basketball. One thing that came out in this, Pete Yanity was talking about, did you realize that as far as RPI and everything is concerned, last year the SoCon was one of the top 10 conferences in college basketball?
Well, they had Winthrop.
There's 32 conferences in college basketball.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, not Winthrop.
That's the Big South.
The Big South. Wofford. Yeah, Wofford, East Tennessee State, UNC, Greensboro, all of that. There's been a big sea change in the SoCon as far as coaches and players go. Last year, it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year, college basketball, and can't wait for the Asheville Championships, by the way, coming up in November.
We will be there in some shape, form, or fashion.
Brought to you by Ingles. Low prices, love the savings. And, of course, Wicked Weed Brewing, the official craft beer of the Asheville Championships that will be held at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. You can check out their website and get all the particulars on that. It's going to be a 4 teams, 2 days, 4 games. 2 games each day, and we will be broadcasting all of those games right here on ESPN Asheville. Anyway, last night on Monday Night Football, 13-10, the New Orleans Saints beat the Seattle Seahawks, and that has sent Jeremy down the spiral and the conspiracy theory.
It's not a conspiracy theory.
That the game has passed by 2 of the greatest coaches in the NFL.
No, it's not just 2 of them. There are a slew more.
Oh, I know.
It's just 2 of them were very much on display last night. Pete Carroll's done. Done like dinner.
You can't hang anymore?
Because you don't know what to do. When you go on national television and your solution is, hey, we can't run to save our lives. We haven't moved we had one 80-plus yard play and have done virtually nothing else. So let's run the exact same play 6 times in a row. That's a bad sign.
Mm-hmm.
And what got me thinking about it, I was thinking about this last night, but what really got me thinking about it is Tom Brady did a Q&A with a bunch of members of the media. Scott Van Pelt was there, Chris Berman was there, a bunch of people were there. Well, one of the questions he was asked was if he could change any rule in the NFL, what would it be? And he reiterated something that he has said multiple times. is that now the onus to protect receivers is on the defender as opposed to on the quarterback.
Yes.
Now quarterbacks get bailed out for making bad decisions because the NFL allows they throw flags on anything that's deemed headhunting or whatever. And I started thinking about this because there was a line he said in this of when I first came into the league, the only way you could beat skill was to out-physical them.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking about what I watched last night. Pete Carroll's 70 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came up, this was a physical league, a bruise 'em, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Right.
It's not anymore.
Right. I mean, think back to the Legion of Boom. They were the most physical defense that was out there. They would just punch you in the mouth from their secondary down to the front line.
And it's not that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And what it got me thinking was, why is it that every coach that I seem to just rail on is over 55?
Well, it's because you hate old people.
No, I don't. I don't in any way.
Right.
But you look at guys like Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll and on down the line,
Mm-hmm.
You're coaching a game that doesn't exist anymore. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think Andy Reid might be in the same ballpark. I know that's an overreaction for somebody that's been to 2 Super Bowls in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that all of these coaches do not seem to have the ability to grow, to go past a step.
Okay.
Pete Carroll without Russell Wilson looks like me calling plays.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Pete. I thought he was fantastic at USC. He's been fantastic in Seattle. Super Bowl champion. It's time for you to go. Just straight up, it's time for you to go. Because I said this before the season. If something happened to Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks are one of the 5 worst teams in the NFL.
Right.
And you know whose fault that is? Pete's.
Pete Carroll.
Pete has all the power in the world. There are not 4 coaches in the NFL that have more power than Pete Carroll. And you know what he's done? He's built a team that would have been phenomenal in 1997. You overpay Jamal Adams. You overdraft a slew of players that are not fast enough to play in today's game, like, L.J. Collier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I literally pulled this, and I'm throwing this up on the screen on our YouTube stream. If you look at his draft record, it's pathetic. And when Paul Allen passed away in 2018, Pete Carroll's everything. I know John Schneider's the GM. It doesn't happen if Pete Carroll doesn't sign off on it,
mm-hmm.
period.
Mm-hmm.
And so you look at this team and go, okay, you hit on DK Metcalf.
Yep.
You hit on Tyler Lockett. What else have you done correctly?
I mean, Jordan Brooks is a good player.
Jordan Brooks is fine. He's not a 3-down player, really.
Okay.
And I watch tape on him, and I just look at it like, that's your claim to fame.
Right.
Because you got a lot of L.J. Collier and Rashad Penny and Jermaine Ifedi.
Who's on his?
These guys aren't NFL players.
I was going to say, Jermaine Ifedi's on his 6th team?
Probably.
Yeah.
They're not NFL players. Jermaine Ifedi was a guy that you could watch 5 seconds of tape on and go, you're not a starter in this league. Because he's a gigantic human.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem with that, you can be big. There's a kid named Daniel Teofele at Minnesota. He's 6'9", 380. You know what he also is? Faster than Jermaine Ifedi.
Okay.
And you look at all these things and just go, how did you get here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got here because Pete Carroll is unchecked. There's nobody to tell Pete no. This is something I've said with Bill Belichick for years. Bill left to his own devices is a bad drafter. Bill left to his own devices is a good X's and O's coach. And my overreaching thought, I don't think it matters. I think we're officially to the point in the NFL that the X's and O's don't really matter. You're not going to out-scheme somebody else.
Right.
Look at what Sean McVay does. Sean McVay, who A, is the youngest coach in the NFL,
right.
and B, I think is the smartest coach in the NFL. His offense is not wild and all these new concepts.
Right.
No, he just knows what to call and when because he knows what you're going to do to respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll has no clue. I watched that entire game last night going, you have absolutely no idea what's getting ready to happen. And as they go through I think it was 4 or 5 drives in a row where you didn't have a first down because you have Geno Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Who, by the way, you remember the thing I said where Geno Smith was an above-average backup quarterback?
Yeah.
Geno Smith would be. I left something out, and I didn't realize that. Geno Smith would be an above-average backup in the XFL. Okay. I forgot the commas. I saw period, and I just stopped talking.
Right.
He is atrocious. And I understand last night was played in a rainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. And I'll be honest with you, Sean Payton didn't look great last night.
Yeah, but
Sean Payton looked like he was ready to kill Jameis Winston about 6 separate times.
Well, I mean, that's what Jameis Winston does. Jameis Winston's going to drive his coach insane.
Look who you're talking to.
Oh, I know. You dealt with him at Florida State. I dealt with him in Tampa Bay. We know Jameis Winston. We know that's who he is. But, I mean, that's the kind of I don't know that I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that the game hasn't passed these guys by. All I'm saying is, well, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that we're finding this out now. Because these teams are just, they're killed. I mean, we knew Seattle was nothing without Russell Wilson. We've been saying that since Russell was threatening to leave town in the offseason. That if he ever leaves, this is going to be a horrible team. And we're seeing it right in front of our eyes, sadly enough, on Monday Night Football, the premier football show of the week, I might add. But are you saying Sean Payton's in the same boat that the game has passed him by, or is his team just looking bad because you lost Drew Brees and Michael Thomas is hurt? And I mean, they've gone through some attrition.
No, what I'm saying with Sean Payton is I figured out why this team is so unbelievably hard to figure out, because now they're not. I watched every snap last night.
Mm-hmm.
There was no high-level adjustment whatsoever. None. You know what he did? The one thing that Pete Carroll had no ability to stop. Give it to Alvin Kamara 3 yards from the line of scrimmage and let him do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
If there had been any adjustment whatsoever, that game probably goes a different way. I don't care about Geno Smith. Geno Smith was put in prime position 2 separate times.
Mm-hmm.
You had 2 missed field goals by a former Pro Bowl kicker in a monsoon. Seattle was the better team for the vast majority of last night. And it didn't matter because they had one offensive outlet, and defensive guru Pete Carroll could not figure it out because this is a different league now.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. What you did at USC, fantastic. You will be in the College Football Hall of Fame for what you did at USC. You will probably be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame one day.
Mm-hmm.
But this is done. There's nothing left.
No.
And when you look across the league, it's not a happenstance that the best teams in the league have some of the youngest and most, I'm not going to say innovative, because I don't think a lot of this is innovative.
Mm-hmm.
What the Cincinnati Bengals are doing right now is not innovative. They're just hat on a hat better than you.
Right. Their skill players are better.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow's a freak, and so is Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm. And so is Joe Mixon, and so is T. Higgins, and so is, I mean, I could keep doing this. And you look at these teams that are built in that old school way. We're doing tiers at the start of the next hour.
Yep.
And we're doing them in a slightly different way. We have attributed everyone to Olive Garden dishes.
Jeremy's all about the food. For some reason, he didn't get to finish his lunch, and now the only thing's on his mind is food.
Well,
Shocker.
You went to SoCon Media Days, and
I did.
I sat here and let my delicious tacos just stare at me while I was prepping for the show.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's not a happenstance.
Mm-hmm.
There are exceptions. Bruce Arians. Do I think Bruce Arians is a great coach? No. I think he has a great quarterback.
Yeah. He has a great
Do
quarterback
I think
and great
Mike McCarthy
players.
is a great coach? No. I think he has unbelievable skill players. And it's not an irony that the day Jerry Jones went, well, maybe I should let somebody else draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's when all of a sudden they got real good.
Right.
That's not an accident. And I'm just looking at a lot of teams in the NFL that have beholden themselves to coaches, and I don't know how you're going to get out of it. I don't know where you go from here. And there's one specifically. Seattle at least has young guys on the staff. You at least have Russell Wilson that would be attractive.
Mm-hmm.
There are teams in this league that have coaches that are, well, in the back nine, probably sitting on 14, maybe 15. And I don't know where you go from here. And we'll talk about who that is after the break.
You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, cold front number 1 has cleared western North Carolina, and it is chilly tonight. We're down close to freezing tonight. No records, but mid-30s in the valley and near freezing with elevation tonight. Partly cloudy Wednesday, a high of 66. Our second cold front of the week comes in Thursday, Friday, and it's all the way from the Pacific Ocean with some half-inch rains Thursday. Highs in the 50s, lows in the 40s. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by BioNTech and Pfizer. Come rain or shine. High winds or mild breezes. Blue skies or gray. It's a great time to consider getting vaccinated against COVID-19. Brought to you by BioNTech and Pfizer.
It's the 2021 Pro Football Challenge. Make your picks now for this week's games. Weekly winners get a $50 gift card to Asheville Pizza and Brewing. All weekly winners go into a drawing for a getaway trip to Kiowa Island Golf Resort. Make your picks now at ESPNAVL.com.
Friday, October 29th. Don't miss Columbia, Nashville recording artist Cameron Marlowe, home of Silverado's outdoor stage. Tickets at silveradoswnc.com. North Carolina native Cameron Marlowe, live in Black Mountain at Silverado's. Get your tickets today at silveradoswnc.com. Don't miss Cameron Marlowe, Friday, October 29th.
Help the planet with a tip from iHeartRadio Earth. Water heating can account for up to 25% of the energy consumed in your home. Save money and energy and improve the comfort of your home by turning down the temperature of your water heater from 140 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. It can save you up to 22% on your energy bill annually. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole-in-one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Pernicious, adjective, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Now, Wicked Weed's flagship IPA, winner of a silver medal at the U.S. Open Beer Championships, isn't harmful unless you're a competing IPA. Brewed in the mountains of western North Carolina, Pernicious IPA will destroy your expectations for all others in its class. Pernicious IPA inspires you to enjoy fresh and often. Order up at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, the official craft beer of Furman Athletics. Drink different, drink responsibly.
The Sportsocracy.
What are you people? On dope?
It's ESPN Asheville. Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene. Welcome everybody into the YouTube stream as well as the Sportsocracy. Now, not only on your radio, but also on every device. You can see our lovely faces and all of the wonderful marketing, advertising, artwork that Jeremy puts into each and every broadcast here of the Sportsocracy. We're talking about coaches in the NFL. Jeremy says that the game has passed by. Pete Carroll, Sean McVay. Who else is on your list? Are you just cutting everybody who's older than 50?
No, because you do have guys like Andy Reid that I think he has at least he had a really good third act that he's in the middle of. Because there were 2 acts in Philadelphia. He was borderline impossible to stop, and then he wasn't. Then he came back for the third act in Kansas City. He's been fantastic.
Right.
The only problem is I think you've painted yourself into a corner. I don't necessarily think that's Andy Reid's fault. But if you look at all of these older coaches, whether it's Bill Belichick, Mike Zimmer, they all have one thing in common.
What's that?
They've drafted horribly. I mean, horribly.
Okay.
You know who hasn't drafted horribly? Cliff Kingsbury. And you know why? Because they probably don't ask him anything about, hey, Cliff, what do you think we should do? If they asked Cliff Kingsbury, you think Zaven Collins would have been the first pick for them this year? Probably not.
Right.
They did. I mean, they throw you a Rondale Moore every once in a while. There's not a coach in this league that should have personnel control. I think the old Bill Parcells adage of, if you want me to cook the dinner, you got to let me shop for the groceries.
Right.
That's done. Because I could argue every one of these coaches got worse the more power they got.
I mean, I can see that because it works for everything. It works for business. It works for everything. The more and more you just have this smaller sphere of influence, the smaller and smaller it gets, the more myopic your view of life gets, or business, or whatever the goal is. When you just have a couple of voices, it's going to get stale. How about that?
And like I said, Pete Carroll did tremendous things. That Legion of Boom team is a defense we will talk about forever.
Yes.
I could also give you about 10 corners he's drafted that were, they're tall. Well, they're also not talented.
Right. Okay.
And now you get yourself here where you have to trade draft picks. And you do. Tell me a team in the NFL that's more listless right now than the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh,
Your outlook for the next 5 years is worse than Seattle's. Russell Wilson's 33 years old, or will be at the end of this year. How many teams do you look at and go, this is going to age poorly for you? They won't have had a first-round pick in 2 years.
Right.
Of their last 7, 4 of them didn't make it 3 years in the league, either with them or in some cases at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have a lack of depth, a lack of talent.
I can't really give you one.
The Houston Texans?
No, that's not true. No, I thought about the Houston Texans for a split second, and then I thought, well, I mean, once the Deshaun thing's over, that opens the door.
A lot of draft capital.
Yeah, that opens the door for a lot of things to happen. I wanted to say like Chicago Bears, just because they're tied to Justin Fields now, and if that doesn't improve, which there's no sign that it's going to improve, and I get that it's only been 6 weeks, but still, I would say that they might be close.
I really don't care. For me, an NFL quarterback is like a really good pasta dish.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need more than 3 or 4 bites to go, oh, that's good. Or did they make that out of cat food?
Right.
Because that is terrible.
Is that why you named the tiers after Olive Garden?
I'm not going to lie. I can't stop thinking about Olive Garden. I want the unlimited soup, salad, breadsticks.
Why?
Because it's delicious.
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's fine.
Phenomenal.
It's fine.
Any place that brings me a car rim full of salad and goes, go to town, you're my kind of people.
Okay. You do love salad way too much to be that fat.
Oh, I love salad. Like everything that goes into salad is just fantastic.
The problem is you put too much cheese and dressing and eggs and ham and
bacon. You forgot bacon. I can't believe you got that far down the rabbit hole and hadn't said bacon yet.
Bacon, yeah.
I came up with that idea for the tiers, and now all I can think about is I want a lasagna.
I wished his camera had been on during the commercial break. Y'all could have seen the little dance he was doing with his taco. Like, I've never seen somebody so excited about a Taco Bell taco before.
I swear to you, I don't even order. I just give me 5 of something. Because here's what I know. It's going to have meat, beans, and cheese.
Uh-huh. And
that's all wins.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cover it in Diablo sauce, and I'm going to cram it in my face hole as quickly as I can.
It's unbelievable. So, if you're an NFL franchise and you have your choice. You have your choice of any coach out there. Say you got more money than God, and you can offer anybody any job. You're not going after anybody older than 55?
So you're asking me if I was the owner of an NFL football team.
Yeah.
I replaced my coach at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Where am I headed?
Yeah.
It's funny you asked that, because I actually have a list for that.
Okay.
That we'll get into right after Just a Bit Outside.
The Sports Tag.
Just a bit outside.
All right, here's the 411, folks.
Jeremy loves to seek world records, and I found a world record that he won't break. By the way, did you ever do that? Did you ever try to do the bar hopping thing?
Oh, it's scheduled.
Oh,
have no fear.
You have it
I'll
scheduled.
let you know.
Okay.
I figured out the path. You know what I learned building that? There are a lot of places that you can get alcoholic beverages in this city.
No.
Like a lot.
Hence the name Beer City.
Yeah, like I don't actually have to leave one road in this town to beat that record.
And you could beat that record.
I just need a really kind driver.
All right, well, here's a better world record that we know you're never going to beat, Jeremy. I don't think it's physically possible for you to beat this world record, but Canadian runner Corey Belmore, he has smashed his own world record in the Beer Mile World Classic. The Beer Mile.
Well, this sounds like the only way you'll get me to run a mile from the sounds of it.
You're not doing this. When was the last time you ran a mile? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let's see. When did Power Rangers go off the air? Because it would have been right about there somewhere.
Yeah, this is the 26-year-old became the first person to run under 4.5 minutes chugging beers while doing a mile. So you run 4 times around the track, and I guess they give you a beer every lap, and so you got to run as fast as you can and smash the beer while you're doing it.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
He just set his own, or broke his own world record. His finish line time was 4 minutes, 28.1 seconds. That's fast.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That is very, very fast. Unfortunately, the American that ran in the Beer Mile World Classic did not live up to the Canadian standard. 4 minutes and 40 seconds was the American's time.
Yep, I can't do that either.
No. And third place went to Jonas Andersson of Sweden, who came in at 5 minutes flat. So you had a very staggered race here. This guy's metabolism just must be incredible to be able to throat these beers while running a 4 minute, 28.1 second mile.
That's rather impressive.
Yeah, reminds me of when the Navy recruiter called me up in high school and said, "Hey, saw you were in junior ROTC. Would you like to come join the Navy? What's your mile time?" And I said, 17 days.
Your mile time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yours would be infinite. Because you would come up lame after 500 feet. That got me a case of the gout. It's flaring up on me.
Probably at this age, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's your age.
Mm-hmm.
If you heard, and I don't know how many people still listen to this, but if you were listening to the radio broadcast of the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals,
okay,
you probably heard something a little strange. Their usual play-by-play call of Jerry Sandusky, yes, that's actually his name.
Yep.
I did not know that until today.
Not that one.
But not that one. He was calling the game, and you hear Obafemi Ayanbadejo, former linebacker of the Ravens, who is their color analyst. He said, "What are you doing?" And then they cut his mic off.
Okay.
Which obviously led many people to go, "Wait,
what just happened?
What was happening?" Just a few moments later, he came back on and explained what had happened. Someone tried to crawl in the press box looking for beers. Literally was hanging from the press box thinking that they could go get beers. Now, here's what I don't know. Why'd you not take the stairs?
Right.
The stairs seems like a much easier way to get there.
I think you'd had already too many beers.
Oh, probably. Here's the crazy part. This was in the second quarter. When did you start? Tuesday?
10 a.m. Started at 10 a.m.
They have a tolerance like you do. Bye, Flora.
Yeah, no, that's wow. So somebody was trying to crawl into the press box to get beers.
Beers, yeah, and actually asked Obafemi Ayanbadejo if he could get him a beer.
Huh. What do I look like?
He basically said, I'm calling the game right now, so I'm going to go with no.
Oh, yeah. Man, I can't imagine if that happened. Like, I'm surprised he didn't get physical with him. I mean, because you try to come in. I mean, that's like trying to run into the ring while the wrestlers are wrestling. Like, you don't do that. Have you ever seen that happen on Monday Night Raw or whatever you're watching? I felt like it used to happen on Nitro like every other week back in the WCW days.
That's because WCW was that was a little different, different time in the world.
Oh man, and you do that during a Macho Man Randy Savage match.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, you won't come out the same. You just don't do that. Don't try to sneak into the press box while they're calling the game.
I'm sharing the audio of this on my Twitter at @JGreenESPN. It is really funny.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You can't be in here. No, I don't have a Bud Light. Go away. I'm doing stuff.
Oh man. But kudos to the broadcasters for being able to keep focused on the game while all of that is going on. That's what I love about broadcasters.
Oh, yeah. The resolve to not get locked in on that is very
keep rolling. Just keep rolling right on through it.
JT Money on our YouTube stream said, must have thought it was a club suite. And I will give you this.
Hey.
I've been in a club suite, and I will say they do have some lovely libations in there.
They do indeed.
It's quite nice.
All right, let's get back to it here, talking about coaches. So, Jeremy, I posed the question to you. If you had a franchise and more money than you could handle, blank check, whatever, what are you going after for your next head coach?
It's 3 guys. My first call, and I wouldn't think about this for 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kellen Moore.
Oh, okay.
That would be my number one call. Hey, Kellen, you remember when you remember that old guy, Wade Phillips, that used to hang out and do defense here? Why don't you bring him with you? He can deal with the defense. You don't even have to acknowledge the defense. You just have to coordinate the offense. That's all I want you to do.
All right.
How old's Kellen Moore?
33?
He's 33 years old. My second call would be to probably Gerard Mayo.
Okay.
Of the Patriots.
You're not going for experience here? You're just going first-time head coaches?
No. I want you to bring a vet former head coach to be on your staff.
Okay.
That is the only way I would hire a staff. I mean, there's a slew more. Byron Leftwich, Joe Brady, Brian Daboll.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Daboll, I don't necessarily – he was a coach for the Jets for a long time, and I just look at him and go, you've done great things with Josh Allen, but – it's kind of like Quentin Tarantino's movie record. Okay, one of these was really good, and one of these was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So,
not a fan.
Not good. Not a good movie. Another in a long laundry list of reasons that I don't watch movies.
Gotcha.
Or Elf. You did that.
You didn't like the ending to that one?
I didn't
that one
get
was
to
fun.
the ending of that one.
Oh, the ending was fun. As all Quentin Tarantino movies are.
I'm sure it was. I didn't get to the ending. When you lose me halfway through it, where I'm like, what is this about?
It was very listless.
Ugh. So many. Like, I watched all of Braveheart.
Yeah?
And it was great.
Yeah?
It's not a time thing. It's a
grab your attention thing.
Okay? Can we
right.
get on with this, please?
Right. I wasn't a huge fan of that one either.
Of Braveheart?
No, of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I was about to say, I thought you were about to say
Braveheart's one of my all-time favorites. What, are you kidding me?
I was about to say, if you're about to tell me you weren't a fan of Braveheart, I have 2 wireless mice over here, and one of them might get chucked at you.
No, that's on the sick list, man. Whenever I'm feeling bad, and I just need to stay in bed, do you have a sick list of things that you turn on the television?
Yes,
if you don't
eyelids.
That's it?
Yeah, first of all, it's shocking to me that you've never seen me sick in all the years that we've done this.
Right.
Outside of, last week with my last visit to Taco Bell, which didn't quite go my way. Not because of anything they did. They did nothing wrong. I made poor choices.
Yes, you did.
No, when I'm sick, I want the world to be just. I want the
Just to
sun
fade
to go
away.
down, and I want it to not come up until I'm better.
Okay. All right. I'm usually good for a good 2-day cold and a Godfather marathon about every other year.
Never seen it.
Moron.
Never seen it.
Anyhow. So who's your third choice?
It would be probably Joe Brady.
Okay.
That would probably be my next call. I want somebody young that can completely control one side of the. And I don't really care if it's offense or D. I would prefer it's offense.
Yes. I'm never.
And bring in one of these old school. You're about to say I would never hire a defensive coach.
I would never
think
hire a
that's
defensive
short-sighted.
coach.
I think that's short-sighted.
Okay.
And here's why I say that. If you get a coach that's really good defensively, I can change offensive coordinators. I can change offensive schemes as the wind blows. Having that defense is important.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have any defensive coaches. What I'm saying is I don't think I would make a defensive guy the head coach.
There are a few.
Everything runs through the offense now. This is an offensive league. It's a passing league. I've got to have a passing game quarterback whisperer. I want that guy to be my lead guy.
Well, I mean, and I agree with you. And notice that of the 5 names I said, 4 of them were offensive guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm in pretty much lockstep with you.
Right. There are a few exceptions. D'Amico Ryans, you mentioned him.
D'Amico Ryans is a guy that I would be all the way in on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the dude, the big Lebowski himself, Dan Campbell, he's
Rex
only
Ryan?
44.
Or Rob Ryan? Is that who you're talking about?
No. The big Lebowski's Dan Campbell. That's not even debatable.
Okay.
You're telling me Dan Campbell doesn't look like the big Lebowski?
I mean, I guess if he had long hair.
Are you out of your mind?
Never really dawned on me.
It will now, and now you'll never
He
unsee it.
he looks like some jacked up gym freak to me.
He does. Dan Campbell does look like he missed his calling as a high school gym teacher.
Oh, no doubt. Like he's the guy that got in trouble for, well, salacious things and maybe drinking on the job. And definitely got called into the principal's office for being a little too gruff with his language in gym class. That's that guy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I never looked at him and went.
There's a video on Twitter of you screaming at a kid.
Right. And he probably hit 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, he does kind of strike me as one of those people.
No doubt. No, yeah, I never looked at him and went, yeah, he looks like the dude.
No, every time I see Dan Campbell and Pat McAfee are the 2 people I look at and go, I could see us having a good time.
Right.
Hey, we meet at, I don't know.
I am kind of surprised.
In the morning.
I am kind of surprised that I gave you the option of going after any coach that's out there, and you didn't name any coach who's a current head coach. Like Sean McVay, you wouldn't make the pie in the sky plea for
because
him.
that's stupid, because he wouldn't leave the Rams. I mean, if I could hire any coach, then yeah, it'd be Sean McVay.
Okay.
But to me, I don't understand the pretense of that. Why in the world would he ever leave L.A.? Money's no issue. I got news for you. Money ain't everything.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's where I would be. If I'm one of these teams that's looking at an older coach replacing them, there are a ton of smart young offensive guys.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of guys that are coming up on the radar for head coaching jobs as these older guys will be going on. I mean, you think in a couple of years, Bruce Arians at any moment, as soon as Tom Brady says he's done, he's going to be gone, so Tampa's going to be looking for another head coach. Pete Carroll, you've already, I think you've made up your mind that he's going to be gone at the end of this year. You told us that Bill Belichick was going to be gone last year, so he's not long for the NFL world. I would be out on failed coaches. I'm not a big believer in second chances. Maybe Doug Peterson, because he's already won a Super Bowl.
Doug Peterson should still be a coach in this league.
Oh, I agree with you.
Josh Michael of Star 104.3, he commented on the post for this video. Go like us on Facebook. You'll see those every day, and you'll know what we're getting ready to talk about.
Right.
But he commented and said Doug Peterson should still be the coach, but we had old Howie Roseman and old Jeff Lurie that basically just elbowed him out.
I'd agree.
Oh, no.
Oh, you broke the bell.
There's too many things on my side of the desk now. I got too many controls and boards and noises.
It's dampened by all the Taco Bell cheese.
Okay, there are a few tomatoes over here, all right? I don't need your lip, all right?
Yeah, no, I think Brian Daboll would be my first call of anybody.
Somebody in the YouTube stream said Eric Bieniemy. I'm going to be honest with you. After how bad I've seen Andy Reid assistants, a lot of people have made the Eric Bieniemy thing something that's not. He's going to get a head coaching job. I just think it's a college job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is going to be the year.
Well, the bad thing for him is that, A, you've been in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. B, the history of Andy Reid assistants going other places and succeeding. Would you like me to tell it to you? Would you like me to tell it to you again?
Not one? He hasn't had one?
Not really. I mean, Doug Peterson.
Sean McDermott.
Yeah, but he fired Sean McDermott. I don't really know that you can put him on the Andy Reid tree when he fired him.
I mean, he's still on the short list,
And he fired
though.
him a long time ago.
Yeah, I get it, but he's still on the, I think I said short list. I meant to say friends list. He's still in his contacts.
Yeah, when they beat Kansas City, I felt like Sean McDermott. If there was a little thought bubble, it'd be like, ha ha, go to Waffle House.
Now, I'm out on Eric Bieniemy.
Oh, you know what? And this was pointed out to me in the live stream as well. The coach that I would hire, I haven't even said his name yet.
Okay.
And he should be the next head coach of the New England Patriots. It's Steve Belichick.
Oh, God.
Anybody with a mullet like that,
stop that.
We mulleted men stick together. If you got a mullet like that, you're an NFL head coach.
No.
You are a leader of people.
No, you are the future manager of a trailer park somewhere. You're not.
It's fine. Oh, by the way, my wife bought my Halloween costume yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It is just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Just beautiful.
I think I might wear it in here on Friday. I mean, not for the day, just for this show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can't wait.
Can we do that? Can we just have Halloween costume Friday?
Yeah, but I don't have a Halloween costume.
Yeah, you do. You're a Halloween costume.
Oh, stop
You look
that.
like Wilford Brimley. Just come in, just get you one of those
get a mustache?
Just get a mustache and a hat and one of those little horses on the stick and write it in here.
I got to get me some thick rim glasses.
Maybe get some coconuts to follow you.
I'll get some thick rim glasses and one of them driving caps. I can just come in as Bruce Arians.
Also would work. Also would work.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Young coaches, there's going to be a revolution of young coaches in the NFL. Kellen Moore obviously has got to be on the short list for everybody who's going to be looking for a coach this next coming year. Good thing, Kansas City's having the problems that they're having. Eric Bieniemy, he's going to get all of the interviews first time around this time, it looks like, unless things change, which I wouldn't sell short. A lot of people want to bury the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think this is the one that I'm going to stand on and go, y'all are burying them too soon.
Which one?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, burying them, you can do that at your own leisure.
Right.
I don't know that I would agree with you doing that.
No, you can't. You can't just count them out.
The only problem is that you look at that schedule and you just go, my gracious, you're going to have to figure out a lot. And now you got Tyreek Hill's hurt. By the way, I do want to get this in there. I had another one of those nights where I couldn't sleep because apparently I don't do that anymore, which is why I'm starting to more and more resemble Gary Busey as time goes on.
Okay.
I watched some of the All-22 in the Tennessee game. There's something up with how they're using Travis Kelce, and I can't figure it out. I mean, I know what's happening on the field. I just can't figure out why.
Because all of the short routes he's running.
His depth of target is like from here to the wall. It's just that's not what he's done. That's not what's made him the best tight end in football. And I don't understand why you're doing that.
I'm thinking maybe the reason is because they know Patrick Mahomes doesn't have that much time to throw the ball.
Well, and there's a thought to that.
Right. Like you can't wait around. You can't even get to a 5-step drop and wait half a second because he's running for his life. So maybe that's part of the thinking here is we got to keep everything short.
Yeah, but that's that old chicken and egg argument.
Right.
Of, our guys have to run short routes. Well, what do short routes do? they punish blitzes less.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't send anybody down the field, and I'll be honest with you, Tyreek Hill looks rough. I know he's working with a quad injury, but he looks brutal. There were times that I just wanted to give him a hug. Have you ever pulled a quad?
No.
It is horribly unpleasant.
I could imagine.
It is horribly unpleasant. And it looked like he was playing with a fully pulled quad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was coming up short on routes, and it looked like every time he had to plant, it was just utter pain.
Yeah, but you got to.
But that team, I'm telling you, that team gets healthy, and if you've thrown dirt on them, you will regret it.
But when you're on a team that's that thin, you have to play through injuries like this, especially when you're on a losing streak. I mean, they can't go a game without Travis Kelce, without Tyreek Hill.
Because they don't have anything
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not that any other team in the NFL just has another Tyreek Hill to throw out there. I'm not saying that, but I mean, you got something. You got something better than Mecole Hardman, hopefully. Then you're just the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Without Derrick Henry.
I played Mecole Hardman on DraftKings this week.
It didn't work?
No, didn't work for me.
Yeah, sometimes you
Why
win.
do I do that to myself? I know. I look at his name on the screen and go, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Like last night with the Green on Greens. You hit them all but one?
Oh, and one of our loyal listeners played a parlay with it. And you know what? We're going to explain the hedge after this commercial break.
Okay.
Because I woke up this morning and saw the score of the last leg of that parlay and went, ew. But I got winners for you tonight.
That's right. We got NBA action tonight. Green on Green is coming up next here on ESPN Asheville.
Real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
Tired of living with awful joint pain? If you've been to an orthopedic surgeon, you know the drill. Pain meds, steroids, physical therapy, right? When those Band-Aids don't work, you know what's next. Surgery. Major surgery. Don't do it. Not until you've checked out QC Kinetics. Get a second opinion. Learn about natural biological treatments, restorative, regenerative alternatives that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, back, and hips, other joints as well. QC Kinetics uses natural biologics from your own body and concentrates them in the precise damaged area for lasting relief. And it's an office treatment with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't go under the knife if you don't have to. Call QC Kinetics and get a second opinion now. You have nothing to lose. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 828-333-9517.
Meanwhile, at the home of SiriusXM, Kevin Hart learned you don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM.
What?
You don't need a car to enjoy SiriusXM.
What?
BB Rexa, help me out.
You know you can stream outside of the car, right?
What?
Wait, what are we even whatting about?
I gotta go record my show.
Well, we tried. Everything you want to hear lives here on SiriusXM. No car required. Listen on the app.
What?
I'm Colleen Wolfe from Thursday Night Football and Good Morning Football Weekend.
And I'm Ricky Hollywood from Around the NFL and the broadcast.
On our new podcast, Split Ends, Ricky and I will be coming to you every week to talk about all the important and unimportant storylines in the football world.
Join us for the stories on and off the field that matter. We'll break down games, news stories, tweets, interviews, whatever it takes to cover the ins and outs of the NFL world.
Listen to Split Ends on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
I'm Serena Williams. You watch me live on TV.
And I'm the girl from that alien movie you watch on demand. Our worlds have been brought together thanks to DirecTV Stream.
Why are you whispering?
Because the alien will hear us.
Maybe let the alien know you can get DirecTV Stream with no annual contract.
He seems pretty excited by that, actually.
Introducing DirecTV Stream, the best of live TV and on demand with no annual contract. Get your TV together at directv.com.
Requires high-speed internet and compatible device. Content varies by package and location. Restrictions apply.
The season we've all been waiting for is here. No, not that one. The season of the Big Orange Tent is underway in Western North Carolina. The area's largest selection of Halloween costumes, decorations, and accessories is at the Big Orange Tent at the Asheville Mall. Halloween Express is your one-stop shop for adult and child costumes, superheroes, horror icons, inflatable suits. You can find it all under the Big Orange Tent at the Asheville Mall. 10 to 8 Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6 on Sundays.
Coffee's for closers only. Get them the money.
Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Our first NBA exclusive Greene on Greene of the season. Got 3 picks for you in the NBA. The first one, the New York Knicks host the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. Knicks are a 2-point favorite. This has nothing to do with Ben Simmons. Okay, maybe it has a little bit to do with Ben Simmons. It also has to do with the Knicks are really, really, really good. Take away what might be the worst bad beat I've ever seen against the Orlando Magic the other night. The Knicks are good. And Tom Thibodeau has his team playing well. I really like them at home. Give me the Knicks minus the 2. I have a rule of any time I get the Oklahoma City Thunder and I don't have to give up 10 points because they are terrible. Tonight, the Golden State Warriors are a 9-point favorite at the Oklahoma City Thunder. They might cover that in the first 5 minutes and never turn to look back. This is going to be ugly. Steph Curry and this team is pretty good. They're not where they want to be, but they will be, and Oklahoma City is terrible. My 2022 NBA champion Denver Nuggets are a 7-point dog tonight at Utah. This is a little bit of overreacting to last night. Lost to the Cavaliers. Wasn't a pretty night. They're not going to win this game, but I will take my Nuggets to cover the 7 against the Jazz.
Go and do likewise, gents. The money's out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you.
All right. So you want to explain hedging to the folks? Yeah. So yesterday I gave out 6 different picks. Somebody played those in a 6-leg parlay that would have paid a lot. I hit the first 5 legs. And then the Blazers, who I had in the money line, lost by 1,000. If you're gonna do these things, go to betus.com, use promo code Sportsocracy. They will give you 125% of your initial deposit in free play tokens. Betus.com, promo code Sportsocracy. If you do that and you've hit the first 5 legs, you should take a little bit, not as much as you would win, but a little bit, and put it on the other side in the money line. That way, no matter what happens, happy days. It's a profitable night. It's a Festivus for the rest of us. A profitable night. Okay, I got you. I did that with Miami. Thanks, NC State. Puppy fingers. You got a monkey knife fight for us tonight? All right, let's hit that real quick. All right, go to monkeyknifefight.com. Use the promo code TANK, T-A-N-K, when you create your account and make your initial deposit. They will match it up to $50 and also give you a $5 free play, which you can use on tonight's Monkey Knife Fight game. I am playing the more or less 3X multiplier. This one's only 3X because I feel like it's free money. I'm taking more than 27.5 points for Joel Embiid, more than 23.5 points for Julius Randle. That will take your $10 buy-in and turn it into a $30 prize. There you go at monkeyknifefight.com. Daily fantasy sports props. It's a whole lot of fun, and they got a whole lot of different games that you can play as well. We got World Series baseball. You can even play it on that. World Series coming up tonight. Houston Astros, Atlanta Braves. 7:00 is the airtime here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, cold front number 1 has cleared western North Carolina, and it is chilly tonight. We're down close to freezing tonight. No records, but mid-30s in the valley and near freezing with elevation tonight. Partly cloudy Wednesday, a high of 66. Our second cold front of the week comes in Thursday, Friday, and it's all the way from the Pacific Ocean with some half-inch rains Thursday. Highs in the 50s, lows in the 40s. I'm meteorologist Scott Lariamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Is finding the right candidate slowing you down? Cut straight to you're hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in the same place. To find your next great hire, visit Indeed.com/credit.
At Ingles, we're proud to partner with Western Carolina Athletics to bring you the very best of Catamount sports. And we're also proud to bring so many great game day options to the Purple and Gold faithful, like the best meat in town, crisp fresh produce, ice-cold beverages, and more. Whether you're loading up for that road trip or preparing for the homestand, we've got you covered. Ingles, a proud sponsor of the Western Carolina Catamounts.
Killer hits, commercial free. That's Halloween Radio on the free iHeart app. This spooky station is filled with non-stop Halloween hits. Or treat yourself to hundreds of spine-chilling tales told around campfires on Ghost Stories Radio. No, don't! Plus, iHeart helps turn your house into the neighborhood's haunted headquarters with 3D Haunted House Radio. Download the free iHeart app today, where everything you need for Halloween is all there, waiting for you. iHeart. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year. It's amazing because Discover is accepted at 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report limitations apply.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Stan Bowman, the architect of the franchise's 3 Stanley Cup championships in 2010, 2013, and 2015, has resigned after an investigation into allegations a former player was sexually assaulted by an assistant coach in 2010. The NHL has fined the organization $2 million for mishandling the sexual assault allegations. With his name thrown about in connection to coaching vacancies at USC and LSU, Steelers coach Mike Tomlin emphatically denied he's contemplating a move to the college ranks, says it's a joke. He's got one of the best jobs in professional sport. Tomlin is built for the NFL, according to ESPN's Jeff Saturday.
This dude is a great NFL coach. Great. Emphasize great. That is a fantastic leader of men. You want to play for a guy like that. You want to go put your head through the wall for a guy like that. Talking about he would look or entertain some other job is a freaking joke.
Jeff Saturday on This Just In. Braves tonight play their first World Series game since 1999 when they take on an Astros team in the Fall Classic for the 3rd time in 5 years. Game 1, 7 Eastern, ESPN Radio.
Sign up with DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, and use code CJR to get a free shot at millions of dollars in prizes up for grabs this week with your first deposit. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword DEPOSIT to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's DEPOSIT to 200-200.
He's a degenerate gambler.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And he's cheaper than oxygen.
He's useless.
But somehow, they make it work. Jeremy Greene, Tank Spencer. There's no holding back in the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets and Wicked Weed Brewing.
And welcome into the second hour of the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. And, of course, the Sportsocracy heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And now you can see us live on YouTube. Welcome, everybody, into the YouTube stream as well. Putting these 4K cameras to good use as we do each and every day. We've got the 10 a.m. morning show. We have the 3 p.m. afternoon show.
And we put out fun little goodies.
That's right.
We're premiering another one after this show.
That's right.
Well, I mean, we're YouTube premiering it. It's been out for a little bit, but
okay.
It's all of our week's 7-game recaps.
Yeah, we did all the recaps yesterday. We are going to be doing power rankings for tomorrow morning's episode right here at 10 a.m. in the Sportsocracy. Join the community, hit subscribe on YouTube. Check us out on all the social medias at the Sportsocracy. It's democracy in sports, all crammed together because we are the Democratic Republic of sports. Hit us up in the comment section here on YouTube, and we'll get to answer your questions, get to your topics, all of that coming your way. Now, power rankings coming out tomorrow. So we wanted to talk, first off, just kind of the primer for that. The NFL tiers, where everybody stands right now in the NFL. Jeremy has aptly named all of the tiers after entrees or deals, I guess, that you can get at Olive Garden.
I love Olive Garden.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, but
well,
to each his
you
own.
left me here to go to SoCon Media Days. I didn't get to eat my lunch and migrate.
So he just started thinking about food, and he was like, you know what? Tour of Italy. That's all he could think about.
That's the creme de la creme.
That's right.
That's the best tier. We have 5 teams in that.
Uh-huh.
Then there's the unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks, which is, it's good. It's very good if they're, out of the
Tour of Italy. Right. The three cheese chicken penne.
If you've ever heard me do stand-up, you know why that is, because there was a joke about that I am in no way allowed to tell on the show.
Uh-huh. And then you've got the veal chops.
Veal chops, they're just young. They're young, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay, and then nothing Olive Garden has is actually this bad.
Yeah,
that's the worst of the worst.
Yeah, we have 8 teams in that. It's not the 8 worst teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't have young player. Like, all right, so the veal chops tier. You've got 4 teams, and they're 4 of the 14 youngest teams in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Detroit Lions, the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Those teams are so young, you cannot possibly tell me that you know what they are. Zach Wilson could still be Pat Mahomes. You don't know.
Right.
All of the young – you don't know what Detroit's going to look like because they've still got 2 first-round picks coming from the Rams that you won't see for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville, insanely young. And we have no idea who their coach is going to be in a year when Urban Meyer decides to play a John Travolta role in Saturday Night Fever.
I was going to say, you said 11 weeks wrong. We don't know who their coach is going to be in 11 weeks.
Well, that's true. And the Dolphins have drafted well. I mean, I will tell you as a draft guy, they've drafted well. The problem is they're playing too many young guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're only the 14th youngest team in the league. Yeah, if you looked at their starters, it's markedly lower than that.
Right. Well, I mean, I was, when I went over to SoCon Media Days today, I was riding with, Dolphins fan Brian Hall. He was playing for me some very, very funny podcasts that are put out by the Miami Dolphins crew, and they're all pretty sick of Brian Flores. And one of the things Brian said to me was that Brian Flores he's sloughed off all of the veterans. He ticked everybody off. They left town, and now you're left with a mishmash of young talent that's not developed yet. And we're seeing that play out on the field. All right, so in the nothing Olive Garden has is actually this bad.
Everything Olive Garden has is at least good. That's their baseline.
You have the Houston Texans.
Terrible.
You have the Washington football team.
Also terrible.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Very terrible.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Brutally bad.
The New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
The Philadelphia Eagles. The Denver Broncos. And the Chicago Bears.
Those teams are, not only are you bad, there's really nothing for you to cling on to. Philadelphia is the one team that probably shouldn't be there.
No.
I should probably have put them in the veal chops category. Just solely, but here's my thought. I don't know that they're not going to do something stupid and trade those picks away. It's really hard for me to use picks for you being young because teams just absolutely love to trade away picks when they get that many.
Yeah, but should they not? Should they not take their shot at Deshaun Watson? Do we not believe that that's still a path for them?
Well, you can stop with Deshaun Watson in Philadelphia because he doesn't want to be there.
Okay.
He's made that as clear as he's going to make that.
All right. So you have all of this capital as well. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, any of the guys that we believe are going to become available at the end of the season or could become available at the end of the season. I mean, it depends on what you spend those draft picks on. If you're gonna trade them, then you better get a return on your investment.
Yeah,
I just don't know that Philadelphia is a team that's built to take that shot.
Well, the problem that I have with Philadelphia is I don't necessarily buy Howie Roseman.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that did it. At the end of the day, nobody twisted your arm to take Jalen Hurts. You did that of your own volition.
Right.
Which means there are dumb things in your head. Which also means you could end up taking I don't know, let's go with a Spencer Rattler.
Right.
By the way, I can't believe nobody has said this yet. Has anybody else but me noticed that he was standing on the sideline for the Kansas game and he wasn't wearing an Oklahoma hat?
No, I didn't notice
He was
that.
wearing a Jordan brand hat. It was just the Jordan logo. It was just the Jumpman logo.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I haven't seen anybody else bring that up because I saw that and went, oh, you'll be the new quarterback at Ole Miss within 3 weeks.
Because at this point, who cares? Here's the thing in college football: once you're gone, we don't care about you anymore.
That's
just the way it is.
Segment to do one day. Breakups that need to happen in sports.
Okay.
Do that on Valentine's Day.
That's some extra early planning you're doing for the Valentine's Day show.
Yeah, I'm always thinking. It's not just a hat rack, my friend. Doesn't just support my flowing moulet.
Right. All right. So obviously, all those teams that we just mentioned, they're awful. You should just kick it in for the rest of the season.
It's one thing to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Being bad is not a death sentence in the NFL. Frankly, look at every good team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay was terrible. The Rams were horrible for an extended period of time. So were the Bills. So were the Cardinals. At this point in this league, you almost have to be bad before you're good. There's virtually no way around it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you throw money at things, New England Patriots. Sorry, I believe the autumn air change has given me a bit of a cough.
Yeah, no, nobody's buying it. Jet Boy.
They're not good.
I know.
They're not. I mean, you throw money at a problem all you want to.
Oh yeah. Okay. So those are the awful teams.
Those are the awful teams that have no hope. That's
for this year.
That's the purgatory level that I like to talk
for
about.
this year, because there is hope after this year.
Not really. I mean, all right. Look at the teams in that tier, and really be honest with it.
Okay.
Really be honest with yourself. Name me the team in that tier that has any hope, even for next year.
I'd say Philadelphia. You got 3 top 10 picks coming.
So 3 rookies. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, Miami's got 400 rookies. Are they good? No, because you don't have anything. So your 3 best players are arguably going to be rookies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll work. That's worked so many times.
I don't know. Cincinnati ain't too bad.
Their best players aren't all rookies. Their best pass rusher has been in the league for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the defensive pieces are vets. Jesse Bates, by the way, is their best player, and he's been in the league for 4 years. Trying to think of when I evaluated him. I remember seeing him and going, wow, Wake Forest has a good player. And now they're top 10 in the country because college football is drunk.
Of course, I was mainly thinking of the 2 guys who've steered this entire thing, and it's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm. I got news for you. There's not a Joe Burrow in this draft. I love me some Sam Howell. He's not Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
There have been 2 Joe Burrows in my lifetime. So, just okay.
And they both came in the same draft?
No,
him and Herbert.
Back. Herbert was not a Joe Burrow. Herbert was a guy that a lot of people were out on. He just happens to be way more talented than a lot of us thought.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a no-doubter. I mean, can somebody come out of left field? Sure. But you're asking a lot of draft picks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Name me something tangibly on that roster that makes you go, hey, Philadelphia will be good in a year.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Any more you want to play those with, or you just want to assume I already thought about that?
I guess.
Those teams are bad. And I'll be honest with you, that 3 cheese chicken penne tier, it's not great either.
It's not great.
I would argue I would rather be in veal chops than 3 cheese chicken penne. Because at least if I'm young, I have hope. I feel like all 4 of those franchises have hope. The New Orleans Saints have virtually no hope.
So the 4 in the veal chops are the Miami Dolphins, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Detroit Lions, and the New York Jets. And you're saying that those 4 teams have more hope than anybody?
I'm not saying
in the next tour?
No.
In the next tier? Okay.
More hope?
Right.
Yeah. I would argue they have more hope than everybody except Kansas City, of which I just can't figure out what to do with Kansas City.
There's more hope.
Kansas City's infuriating.
More hope for those 4 teams than there is for the Carolina Panthers.
You don't have a quarterback. At the end of the day, you do not have a quarterback.
Okay.
Gut your roster for draft picks. See how that works.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of holes on that team. And you know what really put that under a microscope? Getting beat, and you didn't just get beat, you got shellacked by the Giants.
Right.
It's really hard for me to listen to, well, they have a lot of hope, when I just watched you get trounced by what I think is one of the 4 worst teams in the NFL.
Right.
I'm not saying the Panthers don't have hope. I'm just saying you're missing that piece at quarterback.
Yes.
And it is going to be hard to find.
Hard to find.
Can you gut the roster and go get a guy? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And there's merit to that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. Once you do that, then we can talk.
All right, so here is the tier. The 3 cheese chicken penne tier, which means what again?
That just means, it'll fill you up. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're not going to look at it and go, well, that's cat food. It's food. It's got cheese. It's got chicken. Everybody loves chicken.
Right.
It's fine. But you've never gotten excited about it. You've never had somebody sit that in front of you and go, yeah. It's not like lasagna.
So the Steelers.
Or pizza.
So the Steelers are the first team. Steelers are fine.
They're fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
obviously
they
have problems. Right. They have problems with Ben. Obviously, Ben's at the end.
Just since this has become such a story today, anybody that thinks that Mike Tomlin would take the USC job, you should really think about things before you say them
Stop
out loud.
that. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear his response?
Of course.
Why in the world would I want to go to USC?
No.
I did love that he said there's not a booster in the world that has a checkbook that big. First of all, that's not really a problem at USC.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you wound up with Clay
But
Helton.
why would I love the fact that he brought up the other coaches in the NFL too. Is anybody asking this of Sean Payton? Is anybody asking this of Andy Reid? No. Why are you coming to me with this BS?
Well, and that was a little disingenuous. The reason is because USC has actually floated that they would like Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that well before Carson Palmer ever said it out loud. Now, I will say Dan Patrick's response to that was tremendous. Ooh, breaking news.
Right.
Carson Palmer, he peed a little when he said that. Like, oh, no, you didn't know that.
Well, look, you can't go on a national radio show and say something that outlandish and not have people go, what?
Oh,
Mike Tomlin's going to leave the Steelers?
Oh, they made the run.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. They made the run at Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin would be a home run hire. It's just there's no path that you're taking.
Why would you want to do that?
USC is very easy to figure out. It's Luke Fickell or James Franklin. There aren't other contenders.
That's it.
That's the two.
And you can't go wrong with either one, in my opinion.
Oh, you can. It's USC. They've gone wrong with pretty much everything they've done other than Pete Carroll since about 1978.
No, between those two, there's a marked wrong choice.
Do you remember Luke Fickell as head coach at Ohio State?
No.
Well, he was for a year.
Yeah.
And it didn't go particularly well. Yeah, you can go wrong with Luke Fickell. You can always go wrong when you try to procure the big fish out of the little pond.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry to interject that here.
No, that's fine.
The Mike Tomlin thing has been comical to me since it started.
Oh, it's absolutely hilarious, and he didn't find it too hilarious, but that's Mike Tomlin.
Of course he
doesn't find very many things hilarious.
I love Mike Tomlin. I'm not a Steelers fan, but man, I love Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm. The Indianapolis Colts, fine, not
They're
great.
Fine.
I mean, you got a great running back.
You have
Your
couple
defense is good
players, and they all play at positions that just don't mean a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool! You got a great running back. You've got what I think to be a great young wide receiver, and you got a great linebacker. Yeah, and a D tackle. Here's the problem: who's your quarterback?
Right. It's Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. He's good when he's upright. Well, the problem is that he's not very much.
Mm-hmm. New Orleans Saints don't have a quarterback. You lose your quarterback, and now you're filling it in with Jameis Winston. And
I have a new rule.
Okay.
When a broadcast team is broadcasting one of your games, and they can't stop talking about how Taysom Hill has been such a miss for how you miss him so much, you're not a good offense. If your offense, I always say this about the Wildcat,
mm-hmm.
if you need a running back to play quarterback, your offense is not very good. And that's where New Orleans is.
Yeah.
I
still think they're going
if
to be.
Sean Payton got abducted by space aliens tomorrow, that team is terrible.
I still think they're going to be okay when Michael Thomas comes back, but that's just me.
I'm not sure how good Michael Thomas actually is. He was good with Drew Brees.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things that look good with Drew Brees because he's laser accurate.
Oh, you think he's what, a Wes Welker scenario where he can only work with a great quarterback?
No, obviously quarterbacks help.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. Here's my biggest fear. I'm afraid Jameis Winston will get killed. A guy that plays predominantly in the slot. How many times have I seen Jameis Winston hang out a slot receiver and they just get demolished?
Did he kill Chris Godwin, though?
It was not from lack of effort. It wasn't that it wasn't like he tried not to.
Right.
It just so happened Chris Godwin was pretty resilient.
Yeah. I'm just, I'm going to keep
Chris
reminding
Godwin,
you of that.
I promise you, Chris Godwin never looks at Tom Brady and goes, man, I really miss that Jameis Winston guy.
Well, no. That would be absolutely ridiculous.
He's like, you know who really loves you, Tom? My ribs. My ribs love you.
The Minnesota Vikings are on the okay list.
What do they do well?
Pass the ball.
Minnesota's an infuriating
Pass
team
the
to me.
ball. They pass the ball really well.
Okay, and if you told me they came out in a game within the next 2 weeks, and Kirk Cousins threw 3 picks, and Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson combined for 47 yards, would you be shocked?
Depending on who they played.
No.
I mean, if they did it against the Tennessee Titans, yeah, I'd be a little surprised.
Yeah, here's my line on the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins has arguably been one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the NFL this year.
Yep.
You're still an average football team.
Mm-hmm.
If he just regresses back to what he's been for the rest of his career, you're bad. Oh, he could rush the passer. Phenomenal. If the pass comes off, you don't have anybody that can stop anybody.
Yeah. The offense is really good for the Minnesota Vikings.
It
so,
is.
I mean, they at least do some things well.
Dalvin Cook's just become injury prone. There's a big step back with Alexander Madison. It's in small things. Madison can run between the tackles. I've famously, routinely said that there are a lot of running backs in the NFL that can run between the tackles, but I would like that team better if you had a different coach and Dalvin Cook could stay healthy.
All right, the Carolina Panthers, New England Patriots, San Francisco 49ers, and then you got the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs in the meh category.
And that's what they are. You're just The Cleveland Browns could very easily have lost to the Denver Broncos. I feel like you're more shocked by the Browns than you are the Chiefs.
I'm not. I'm not more shocked by the Browns than I am the Chiefs. I understand all of the bugaboos with the Cleveland Browns. I understand. But the Kansas City Chiefs are the one that I keep going, this is not real. What we are seeing right now from the Kansas City Chiefs is not real. And I'm probably going to go down with the ship on this, but this cannot continue. As the dude would say, this aggression cannot stand. I will not believe it. Until Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, until they, I don't know. I don't know what else has to go wrong, but I just can't believe that this is going to continue.
Yeah,
for them.
Believe it.
Oh, you think it will?
But I mean, believe it. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know how you fix it. It's bad when I can watch every game you played on all 22 and go, I don't know what's different. I mean, I can see small things, but they shouldn't make it this bad.
You really think people have figured them out? That every team in the NFL has just figured out the Kansas City Chiefs and there's no magic left.
Not every team. They're going to beat the sin out of the New York Giants.
Sure.
But, you know, a lot of teams do that.
Mm-hmm. You're in the Sportsocracy. We've got 2 more tiers to go. Stay with us.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, cold front number 1 has cleared western North Carolina, and it is chilly tonight. We're down close to freezing tonight. No records, but mid-30s in the valley and near freezing with elevation tonight. Partly cloudy Wednesday, a high of 66. Our second cold front of the week comes in Thursday, Friday, and it's all the way from the Pacific Ocean with some half-inch rains Thursday. Highs in the 50s, lows in the 40s. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Driving slow, 26 westbound approaching Long Shoals Road and continuing to Bavard Road. On Sardis Road, moving from Sand Hill Road to Pond Road, expect delays. Bavard Road northbound is slow between Clayton Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway near the NC Arboretum. Sweeten Creek Road southbound after the Blue Ridge Parkway to Mills Gap Road slow. Hendersonville Road, no problems or delays reported. Mills Gap Road moving well, and Cane Creek Road, no problems. I'm Lyndon Field with your Time Saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco from Taco Bell has a premium shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real mozzarella, pepper jack, and cheddar cheeses. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only.
Joint pain relief doesn't have to mean drugs and surgery. Now there's a better alternative that patients are raving about. Hey, this is for my friends at QC Kinetics. Local medical professionals using natural biologic treatments, highly concentrated healing properties from your own body put directly into the affected joint, restoring and repairing damaged tissue the way your body was designed to heal. If you're tired of the Band-Aid solutions like drugs and steroids, and you really want to avoid surgery, you need to check out QC Kinetics. Regenerative, restorative, natural treatments for knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, pain in your hips. Don't continue to suffer, and don't go in for surgery until you check this out. See if you're a candidate. QC Kinetics. Call 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. Surgical pain relief with lasting results. 828-333-9517.
Did you know that you might be overpaying for your prescriptions? It's okay, because there's an easy, convenient solution. Check GoodRx. GoodRx lets you compare prices at different pharmacies and shows you where to get the lowest price. Here's Joe, a doctor and GoodRx customer.
I was able to look up some medicines that I was going to get, and it saved me a good amount of money.
GoodRx is helping millions of people, and it can help you too. For simple, smart savings, check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance. In 2020, GoodRx users saved an average of 79% off retail prices. Individual compensated for their time. Visit GoodRx.com/radio to learn more.
What has fluffy brioche buns, crunchy pickles, tasty mayo, a crispy fried chicken fillet, and the perfect amount of spice? Any guesses? Bingo! The Spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich. Go on and get yourself a bite of the only spicy chicken sandwich that's finger-licking good. So, what are you waiting for? Order the Spicy KFC Sandwich on the KFC app today for just $3.99. At participating locations only. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Ingalls Markets and Eplin Charities are partnering to serve local children with heat, shelter, medication, and food. Purchase a pumpkin icon for $1 at your local Ingalls, or text pumpkin to 345-345 to donate $5 or more. Proudly sponsored by iHeartMedia Asheville.
Hey guys, I'm Ziggy, your local Philly girl, owner of Ziggy's Bakery and Deli. I've created a traditional northern deli with only the most authentic cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia, served with provolone, white American, or Cheese Whiz. Our other classic deli sandwiches are made with the best quality meats and cheeses, available sliced by the pound. Join us for breakfast for house-made bagels with our custom cream cheeses. Or for something heartier, try a pork roll, egg and cheese, or house-cured lox. Ziggy's Bakery and Deli, in the corner of Asheville Commons, 1550 Hendersonville Road, open 8 to 3, Tuesday through Saturday.
The Sportsocracy.
Fire them cannons. By golly, put more powder in those things.
Oh, it's not time for them yet. It's not time for them yet.
I absolutely hate that.
I gotta all of a sudden I got a hankering for a tour of Italy. I'm just saying.
Somebody in the comments said I loved Olive Garden when I was 5. Well, I have the taste of a 5-year-old, so I love Olive Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest with you. There is no less than a 10% chance. Oh, no, McRib Day. No, it's McRib Day. Sorry, I can't. Olive Garden later this week, McRib tonight.
There is way less than a 10% chance that you're going to go to Olive Garden.
Oh, it's happening this week. No doubt.
Again, I don't understand it, but
it's happening.
It's yeah.
But today
I let you name the list.
McRib Day.
I let you name the list. See, that's where I would have gone. That's where I would have gone with my tiers. I would have gone McRib, the double quarter pounder, I don't know. The top would be the Arch Deluxe, because that was the greatest sandwich they ever had.
Well, here's the thing. I would comment on that, except I wasn't born.
Oh, stop that. It ain't been that long.
I vaguely remember the Arch
It's
Deluxe.
not
I think
been
I was
that long.
6.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's been that long since the Arch Deluxe.
I think it has.
I was in high school, at least.
You're several years older than I am.
I hate you so much. Anyhow, you've got the Kansas City Chiefs still in the meh tier. Just give it time. Give it time. It'll come back around. I'm still sticking to. I get the comments have been going crazy ever since I said it's not real, and Steven said, "Oh, it's real." Shut up, Ravens fan. It's just real. Want it to be real.
It is real.
It's not real. It ain't real. They're going to come back around.
Did you watch them get just demolished by the Tennessee Titans?
I watched it, and it didn't look like Kansas City. I can't believe that a team has gone that bad. I can't believe that the team has taken that market of a jump.
Do you realize this team needed 2 good breaks to not be 1-6? At some point, you can't. I mean, look, I change my opinions less quickly than anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you have to look at it and go, you are what your record says you are.
Yeah.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are right there.
Yeah, see, Jason Trump, he's on it. Happy Meal for the veal tier. They're just young. You got the Happy Meal. Everything could work.
Oh.
Maybe we'll do that next time we do tiers. We'll do McDonald's.
Oh, somebody said the Big and Tasty.
The Big and Tasty was a blast from the past.
The Big and Tasty, that's something that I hadn't heard that in a long time. I don't even know what was different about that. It was like a quarter pounder with Big Mac lettuce, and it was fine.
Pretty much.
It was fine.
Uh-huh.
That's what Taco Bell does. Just
yeah,
take the same ingredients and package them a different way. And guess what? They're all delicious.
All right, next tier in the NFL tiers here, going Olive Garden style, we've got the unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks.
That's my favorite tier. And after we get weird, I'll tell you why.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
All right, I feel like this isn't necessarily a don't do crime story, but
don't do crimes.
But I feel like there should be crimes here, and I don't think there are, but there's definitely some unethical behavior going on. So a video has surfaced that came out of Australia of a couple of surgeons doing a liposuction. And the thing that's odd about this is that, have you ever seen a liposuction? Have you ever watched any of those shows like on TLC where they show you how they do like cosmetic surgeries, where they break your nose and do a rhinoplasty, and you've never watched any of that stuff? He's looking at me like I have.
Like a person that would watch
You're
that?
looking at me like you don't even know what liposuction means.
I just don't understand why anyone would watch that.
I don't either. My wife watches this stuff. I've told you this before. The pimple popper crap.
Oh, no, I'll watch that.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, yeah,
Stop that.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Stop that. Anyway.
One of my wife's favorite games is to bounce between that and Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Oh,
that just
gross.
explains how we're weird people.
Yeah, you are weird people.
And I never even thought about it until just now.
Because I see that Dr. Pimple Popper thing, and I don't want to eat for days after that. Hey, maybe that's the new diet plan. I should be on the Pimple Popper video plan.
Yeah, that would do it for you. Yeah, that would do it for you.
Yeah. Anyhow, so they're doing a liposuction. And if you have the sound off, which I did when I first saw the video, you see them dancing around and like dudes laying on the table. They've got this big long, what do they call it? It's called a cannula. And it's like a big long tube
the vacuum thing.
Yeah, that they shove in you, and then they just vacuum out all of the fat. Well, you see, like, they're just animated. They're having a gay old time as this dude's just laid out on the table, and they're just poking him away with this little stick. You turn the sound on, they're dancing and singing to Jolene by Dolly Parton. I don't want my surgeons doing that. Like, I've always had like this weird thing about surgery. Like I've never had to have surgery, don't ever want to have surgery. Like the closest I ever came to having to be put out for something was when I had to have my wisdom teeth removed. And it's videos like this that give me the distrust of doctors. Like when I'm out, I have no idea what you're doing in the room. They featured this video on an ABC show in Australia, and they had, of course, professionals talking about, I can't believe that this would happen in Australia. What's wrong with Australian medicine that we're doing this? I don't know. I mean, I guess Dolly Parton's really popular over there, and I just don't want I don't want my doctors being involved in frivolities while I'm exposed and you're jabbing a giant vacuum into me. It's wrong. Again, I don't know that there's crimes there, but I'm not sure that this shouldn't be crimes.
To be frank, as long as you don't pull a Dr. Nick from The Simpsons and leave your wristwatch, I don't really care what you do.
I feel like there's a good chance of that happening.
I don't care if you're watching you. I don't care if you've been watching this show for all I care. It's totally up to you. You do what you do.
Yeah, okay.
I don't worry about any of those things.
Mm-hmm. You don't go to doctors, so what are you worried about?
Oh, and the last doctor I went to, total jerk, and I loved him.
Of course
he was
you did.
fantastic.
Of
Anytime he
course
would
you
tell
did.
me to do something, I'd go, well, what happens if I don't? Well, you die. Oh, that's
excellent.
Love your bedside manner, Doc.
Okay.
We have a large number of people that watch us in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio has a new license plate, and it says birthplace of aviation. I'm not even going to take up. I'm not even going to. I wasn't going to go down that path.
Sorry.
Have
to.
But we did that. That's why ours says first in flight.
Yeah.
So they make this license plate, and it's got a nice little. It has a nice little cropland on it, a nice little stream, a picture of a city, and there's a plane up top that's towing a banner that says birthplace of aviation. Okay, I was going to say the North Carolina thing, because here's where they messed it up. They printed 35,000, and the banner was on the wrong side. They had it on the propeller side, which that won't work. That would be birthplace of plane crashes, because that will not work. You cannot do that.
It's either the birthplace of plane crashes or the birthplace of confetti. One of the two.
State officials acknowledged the error immediately after the new plates were unveiled on Thursday, releasing a photo of the corrected plate, but did acknowledge that 35,000 were already printed. The assistant director of communications with the Ohio Department of Public Safety said, "We will recycle the 35,000 plates that had been printed.
Oh, thank God.
It's too early to know if there will be any additional cost."
Which translates to,
There
this
will
is
be
going to cost
additional
us
cost.
a boatload of money.
Yeah, this is one of those things that we need to really hide under miscellaneous expenses.
Right. We're going to have to cut back on some of those executive trips for the DOT.
Whoever does the books, this is going to be a big year for miscellaneous expenses.
Not sure if it's going to cost us money. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get back into the NFL tiers here. The unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks tier of the NFL. Again, Jeremy, explain what this one means.
This means you're very good. You're fantastic. It will make you happy. There's just limitless things to like about you. But you're not quite that tour of Italy.
Okay.
This is a tier I like a lot. Starts with the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay, I could argue, is the worst team in this tier. I want you to think about what I'm getting ready to say.
Okay.
What is the line on them in Arizona on Thursday? I've never seen anything like this.
Where's it at?
It's in Arizona, I think. I think it's in Arizona.
Arizona -1?
It's Arizona -7.
That's wrong.
It went up 4 points when Devontae Adams went on the COVID list.
Actually, I don't know that that's wrong.
There you go.
Now that I
That's
think
the
about
thing.
it. Now that I think about
what
it.
you just did, that is exactly what I did. Where I went, that's dumb.
Well, maybe not.
It was dumb, and then I thought about it, and now it's not so dumb.
Right.
Arizona -7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without Devontae Adams.
I've never
especially.
seen one team that is this beholden to one skill player.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got Aaron Jones. Yeah, but they forget they have Aaron Jones about once every 3 weeks.
I mean, they won't.
And it's really infuriating.
They won't in this one, trust me. They're not going to be allowed to.
But be honest with yourself. How much are you worried? How much are you worried about Alan Lazard? Do you not think you can cover Alan Lazard 1-on-1?
Oh, sure.
I'd have 7 in the box on every play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Aaron, you're going to have to be otherworldly, and there's one thing I know you're not going to do. Catch the passes you throw.
Right.
I could argue Green Bay's the worst team in that tier.
I'm
not telling you I definitively agree with it. I'm just telling you I could make the argument.
Yeah, there's an argument to be made because I would say Tennessee. You'd have an argument there. I mean, I get they have Derrick Henry.
So many ways.
Oh, you're right. I mean, it's like I said last week. Stack the box against Derrick Henry. Focus on stopping just him. Then what's going to happen?
A.J. Brown's going to eat you alive.
Indeed. And that's exactly what happened. Now, the defensive side of the ball, that's another issue.
And they haven't even gotten Julio Jones really going yet.
Right.
I'm telling you, there is a high side with that Titans team that is fantastic. I don't know how one would do this, but I would love to run a parlay of the Tennessee Titans, Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys, L.A. Chargers, and Las Vegas Raiders to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just have a 5-way parlay with those two? Those 5 are going to make the playoffs. By the way, I've said this once, and if I say it once, I'll say it 100 times. If you had told me at the beginning of this season we would have just a large swell of Bengals fans, I would have said you were out of your mind. But I love them all.
Right.
And they all give me just unbelievable amounts of grief, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. The Las Vegas Raiders are in this group as well. Again, I'm not sold. I'm not sold that they are a legit contender. I get that they're 5-2, and Derek Carr, I've undersold him. I was wrong on Derek Carr, okay? I have admitted it several times. Here's the thing. They've beaten 2 bad teams in the last 2 weeks.
You're as wrong about the Raiders as you were about what was that thing? Jets +7. Yeah, that.
You think they're a legit contender?
Mm-hmm.
For what? The AFC?
They'll make the playoffs, and when they get to the playoffs, they are really hard to match up with.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest drawback of that team has been the defense wasn't good. Well, now you have an elite pass rusher, and you have a lot of pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You've been wrong on the Raiders literally since the first time we said their name in the offseason. And I've told you that as long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I still don't believe it. Well, they're, right now they'd be the 2 in the AFC. Oh, but it's still early. Well, no, It's the midway point of the year.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I mean, it is still early to me.
It's not. It's not. I mean, it can be to you all you want it to.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm still baffled. I'm still baffled that everybody is so sold that the Raiders are a legit contender in the AFC. They're a playoff team, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be a team you don't want to see in the playoffs, fact or fiction.
Fact.
There you go.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm
not telling you they're going to win the Super Bowl.
I feel like that's what everybody's trying to say.
They could.
Yeah.
They have a much better chance than your Cleveland Browns do.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's not even close.
No doubt. Los Angeles Chargers are part of the unlimited soup and salad and breadsticks.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago they would have been in that top tier. But after watching Baltimore just spank you, it is so hard for. I will say this. There is nobody that needs your T's and P's more than the New England Patriots. Because they're the team that gets to face the L.A. Chargers at home coming off a bye.
It's not going to go your way.
I don't know what that line is, and I don't care. I'll take the Chargers.
Right.
You can tell me it's 15. I don't care.
Okay. I would agree. I don't think they're...
But they're just missing something. There's something about the team that I still look at and go, there's something that it doesn't sit right with me.
Okay. What is it, a tight end? I look at that because I look at the line and I go, the line's fine.
I mean, I can't put a finger on
it. They got a running back. They got 2 wide receivers. They got.
I mean, I know what the team
all the
has.
things.
I've got all that. You also got demolished by the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
It is very rare that I will ever look at a team that just gets killed and go, yeah, that was just an aberration.
Yeah.
Now, that's how the Chargers should be spinning it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of those, I'm going to need to see a lot to get the taste of that out of my mouth.
Okay, and then the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be honest with you, I think the Dallas Cowboys need to be a higher tier. I think they're part of that Tour of Italy group.
And you could be right.
Mm-hmm.
You very well could be right. And I'll be honest with you, you can look at these tiers. This is not how I have this ranked as of right now.
Right.
I still look at Mike McCarthy and go, you cannot be this bad managing the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is atrocious.
Right. And it not come back to bite you when it matters. I understand.
And that just bothers me.
Yeah. And then you've got the Tour of Italy. That's the creme de la creme.
That's as good as it gets.
That's the reason you go to Olive Garden. This is the reason you watch the NFL, is for the best teams. And it's got the Buffalo Bills, the LA Rams, Arizona Cardinals, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's the 5 best teams in the NFL to me.
I think I would have Dallas ahead of Baltimore.
And I very well may tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is Baltimore's been there before. There is a big thing to I have been there before. The Cardinals, it was hard for me to put the Cardinals in there because I've never seen so much as seen you in the playoffs. And there is something to you have to learn how to win. You have to learn how to win on a big stage. That's why Buffalo was my favorite to win the Super Bowl going into this year, and nothing's changed that.
Right.
Because you have been right up to the line, and now this is your year.
Yeah. You've been to the doorstep. Do you have the total package, though? And if you look at all of these teams, they all have the total package except for one of them. And that's my team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, you don't have a secondary.
We don't have the total package because the defense isn't great.
So no Lex Luger for you?
Do what?
No Lex Luger for you?
No.
No total package?
No total package. But you look at Baltimore, I mean, all of these teams, obviously, they would be the toughest outs in the playoffs. See, that's why I can't believe in teams like the Raiders, and I can't believe in teams like the Bengals. I get it, you're good. I get it, you're playoff teams. I was completely wrong that you were trash, because that's what I said in the offseason. I said that about the Bengals. I said it about the Raiders. Both those teams didn't make sense to me. They're complete trash. They have zero hope. You have proven me wrong through the first 7 weeks of the season. The problem is, to make it in the AFC, you're going to have to get past the Ravens, and you're going to have to get past the Buffalo Bills. And I get the Bengals just demolished the Ravens this past weekend. Okay. That's one time. That's one time I saw you step up. Boise State did it to me in college football one year. I talked crap about them, and then they beat Oklahoma in the big game. And what came out of it?
Well, I mean, nothing. That's the last game of the year.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is like, okay, you did it once. I need to see you do it routinely. I need to see you do it again. And you know what? Bengals, you're going to get your chance. Beat them again. Handle them again like the way you did this past week. And I'll have to change my tune.
See, I think you need way too much confirmation. By the way, we have confirmation.
Yeah.
Alan Lazard out Thursday. He is a close contact of COVID-19, and he is not vaccinated, which means he cannot come back for 5 days, which means he will not play.
Cardinals minus 14.
Which means Aaron Rodgers might call me and say, hey, you still got hands?
Ooh, it's a Randall Cobb week.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Yeah. That Thursday night game is getting less and less appetizing as we speak.
Hey, remember when I said that thing about Robert Tonyan? I think he's going to get a lot of looks this week. Don't know how it's going to play out. I think he's going to get a lot of looks. Yikes!
If you have Robert Tonyan in fantasy, this is the week you've been waiting for.
Yeah,
because he might be the only living, breathing target that Aaron Rodgers has.
Oh, speaking of, it's waiver wire day.
They might have to go full Lou Holtz and run the triple option.
Speaking of, it's waiver wire day. How much fab am I dropping on Robert Tonyan?
None.
Dang it! Really, none?
None.
He's not even worth a play?
$1. I'll give you $1. $1, Bob.
One fake fantasy dollar.
I'm still stuck on the Packers are going to be running the Lou Holtz beer.
It's the most honest way to play football. It's a triple option. It's the best way to play football.
The best way to play football is with the Green Bay Packers.
That game is getting less palatable as we speak.
And guess what? That means Arizona's going to be 8-0.
Yeah, you believe in them yet?
They're my number one. They were my number one last week. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and yet you still look at the Raiders and the Bengals and you can't get there. You were maddeningly inconsistent.
How?
You just
undefeated's better than 2 losses, right? Okay, thank you. I rest my case. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic slow, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. 26 westbound slow between Long Shoals Road and Bavard Road. Sweden Creek Road southbound slow after the Blue Ridge Parkway to Mills Gap Road. Hendersonville Road moving incident-free. Mills Gap Road northbound approaching Long Shoals Road delays. Smoky Park Highway moving well. Patton Avenue no delays. New Leicester Highway incident-free. Checking the drive time from West Asheville to Biltmore Village via Meadow Road. Drive time 13 minutes. I'm Lynn Benfield with your Time Saver Traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco from Taco Bell has a premium shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real mozzarella, pepper jack, and cheddar cheeses. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only.
Radio advertising can connect your business with holiday shoppers wherever they go. Use iHeart Ad Builder to create an affordable custom radio ad right on your phone. Just click, listen, approve, then hear it on the radio. Create your customized ad today at iHeartAdBuilder.com.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I am Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage, and should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches, weakness, or discomfort in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, and B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live your life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com.
So, what are you sipping? Whether it's our freshly ground coffee to wake you up, or an icy Polar Pop cup or Froster to keep you going, our new Sip and Save drink subscription at Circle K will keep you refreshed every day. Join Circle K's Sip and Save and grab any size drink every day for just $5.99 a month. Yeah! Start sipping and saving today. Just sign up with your mobile number when you check out at Circle K. Limited time offer at participating locations.
Pernicious, adjective, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Now, Wicked Weed's flagship IPA, winner of a silver medal at the U.S. Open Beer Championships, isn't harmful unless you're a competing IPA. Brewed in the mountains of Western North Carolina, Pernicious IPA will destroy your expectations for all others in its class. Pernicious IPA inspires you to enjoy fresh and often. Order up at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed, the official craft beer of East Tennessee State University Athletics. Drink different, drink responsibly.
The Sportsocracy.
Who are we going to cheer for on Sundays now?
It's the Sportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene's here as well, here on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. And yes, join us live on YouTube as we are now streaming, simulcasting the afternoon show. youtube.com/thesportsocracy. Join us every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Join the Sportsocracy community. Our chats are always the best place to be. We see a lot of smack talk between fans,
which I'm a big fan of.
Stephen Tao and Brandon Hardwick been going at it for about the last 5 minutes here. It's been really, really entertaining. We love everybody taking shots at us, taking shots at each other.
Oh yeah, I mean here's
the thing: it's not
into this as a comedian.
Right.
So for me, the funnier you are, the better.
Right. The comment of the day, by the way, goes to Olin Parson. Olin Parson says this conversation is harder to stomach than the Olive Garden.
No.
Yes.
The Olive Garden is delicious, and I want. You know what? You know what? I got it. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get 2 McRibs. And then I'm going to go get the breadsticks and the salad from the Olive Garden.
Well, I'll tell you this: if that doesn't put you to sleep, then nothing will. I was going to.
I'm just never going to go to sleep again.
I was going to recommend a nice tea or some melatonin or something to try to calm you down in the evenings and get you to go to sleep. But food coma, I guess, is the way to go as well. 2 McRibs and a tour of Italy, that'll put anybody to sleep.
I will say this.
For maybe ever.
If I get to a McDonald's tonight and I say, I need 2 McRibs, and they say, we don't have those till Monday. Don't you lie to me.
Don't you lie.
I know they're here. I've seen visual evidence of it.
Oh, somebody sent you a picture?
Yes, I have seen it.
Okay.
They are here. They are here in this town right now.
Well, not this town. You got to go one town over.
That's the same town.
You got to go to Weaverville for that.
It's all the same town.
Asheville. I think the people in Weaverville would argue with that. They don't want to be Asheville at all.
Very well could be right, but
I mean the people in Woodfin don't even want to be Asheville.
That's fine. I don't care as long as it's in this county.
Right.
They're here and I can have them, and I'm very happy about it.
Mm-hmm. We'll be doing power rankings for tomorrow morning's Sportsocracy show at 10 a.m. Yes, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be very high on my list.
Yeah, the number next to the Bengals is going to be a single-digit number.
Yep.
And it's going to be lower than 9. That's all I'm willing to come off of.
Yes. Agreed. And the Las Vegas Raiders, they'll continue to be up there. All I'm saying is at this point, I'm still in the fool's gold category.
We should unveil this top 10 list like a David Letterman top 10 list.
All right.
Yeah, there's something there. I don't know what it is. There's something there.
You got the chuckle down? You got to do the Dave Letterman chuckle.
No, I can't really do that. I can do a lot of impressions.
I laugh all the time, so I've already got Paul Schaefer down.
Yes, you just can't play piano at all.
No. I mean, I can play chopsticks. I can do that. You know how to play chopsticks, don't you? On a piano?
Usually I take them and eat sushi with them, but that's me. That's what I thought they were.
Okay. So no musical talent for Jeremy.
I was a singer. I never learned to play an instrument.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It just wasn't my.
I guess when you got the golden pipes, you have to.
I don't have the patience for that. So.
Michael Whiteside, the McRib is better than the Olive Garden.
Ah, they're all so good. I want them all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to break this to my wife, but there's about to be a smorgasbord of bad-for-you food at our house tonight.
Amy, I hope you went to the gym, hon, because it sounds like you're going to be packing on some calories tonight.
There's going to be a lot of barbecue sauce and a lot of breadsticks.
Anyhow, join us for the Power Rankings tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. YouTube.com/thesportsocracy. Of course, we'll be back here live tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. And until then, enjoy the World Series starting tonight. I know Jeremy doesn't like talking about baseball, but I can at least take 15 seconds to say, go Braves.
Go Braves!
The entire nation outside of Houston is pulling for the Atlanta Braves. You have to do this for all of us. 7 o'clock right here tonight on ESPN Asheville. We will see you tomorrow.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, cold front number 1 has cleared western North Carolina, and it is chilly tonight. We're down close to freezing tonight. No records, but mid-30s in the valley and near freezing with elevation tonight. Partly cloudy Wednesday, a high of 66. Our second cold front of the week comes in Thursday, Friday, and it's all the way from the Pacific Ocean with some half-inch rains Thursday. Highs in the 50s, lows in the 40s. I'm meteorologist Scott Laria-Moore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by DuckDuckGo. Protect your privacy for free with DuckDuckGo.
Your life, your hopes, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., it's really none of our business, and it shouldn't be anyone else's. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.